The German Grand Prix, round 10 of the World Championship, is held here at the fast, flat and featureless Hockenheimring near Heidelberg. Hockenheim can be very wet, and when it is, it's very dangerous, as Didier Pironi showed last year when he crashed his Ferrari in practice, shattering both his legs. Today, Didier Pironi is back at the Hockenheimring on crutches to watch the German Grand Prix. Didier, first of all, welcome back to the Grand Prix scene. It's a wonderful sight to see you again. How are you?
I am very well. I just had my last operation 2 months ago, and I am waiting now to have a strong right leg, and I hope to push on the brake pedal in 2 or 3 months maximum.
Well, that's wonderful news. Didier, it's been a long and terrible 12 months for you. What exactly has happened in that 12 months to you?
Well, a lot of things. I mean, all my life changed, and when you have this sort of problem, I mean, you see the life with another eye, you know, and everything changed for me, and it's much more interesting now and much nicer now.
The last time I saw you, you were in a terrible mess. How many operations have you had in the last 12 months?
Well, I don't know exactly, but something like 30 operation and 35 or 37 anesthesia, complete anesthesia.
Now you are here on crutches, but how mobile are you? Can you walk without crutches yet?
No, not yet, because I can't put all my weight on the right leg yet, but it's coming slowly, you know. We just have to wait for 1 or 2 months and to walk without clutches.
Well, this time last year you were leading the World Championship. So many people want to see you there again. When do you hope to start driving again?
Well, it's difficult to say. I will start when I will be ready to start, but one thing is sure is that if I come back, I will come back with the motivation to win the World Championship. That's my only motivation. And to win the World Championship, I have to be 100% of me. You know, I have to have absolutely no problem to drive. So I will decide later if I am able to do that or not.
And will that be in a Ferrari?
I hope so. I would like very much. My choice is still the same. I mean, what I want is to be in the team who can offer me the most chances to be world champion, and that is still Ferrari.
Pironi's return sees Alain Prost leading the Drivers' Championship by only 6 points from Nelson Piquet, with Patrick Tambay third, Keke Rosberg fourth, René Arnoux fifth and John Watson sixth. The Constructors' Championship's even closer, with Renault only 3 points ahead of Ferrari, with Williams third, Brabham fourth and McLaren fifth. In pole position for today's 45-lap race, it's last year's winner, Patrick Tambay, in his Ferrari, ahead of teammate René Arnoux, with Andrea de Cesaris third, Piquet fourth, Prost fifth and Eddie Cheever sixth. Derek Warwick's ninth, Nigel Mansell 17th and John Watson's down at 23rd again. Well, here they come out of the stadium section, which makes Hockenheim unique. Something like 100,000 Germans here. And when those serried ranks in the concrete stand see a car which is German, a German driver or a German BMW engine, I promise you they go berserk. Well, I doubt that they'll see it in the first race, in the first lap leading, because there on the left you see car number 27, the evocative Gilles Villeneuve number, driven by Patrick Tambay, who is third in the World Championship and last year's winner. On the right, car number 28 is that of René Arnoux in second position on the grid. Then there's Andrea de Cesaris, and the top non-turbocharged car, as ever, is that of Keke Rosberg, the world champion, in 12th position. This race, 45 laps, 145 miles. Will the turbos last, all of them? Go it is! And away goes Patrick Tambay. Arnoux behind him and closing up. The Cesaris in the third position and Nelson Piquet in fourth as they go round the first right-hander and accelerating up towards the first, third and then second gear chicane. They go round this right-hander here and then they're accelerating up the first of the long curves straight through the pine forest, and you can see that the two Ferraris are absolutely together.
Yes, the real fun of the race is right at the back of the field. Terrific traffic jam at the back. But Ferrari's got away to a good start. One of the Tolmans was having a bit of trouble getting his engine running away from the start. Bit of a slow start there. I couldn't spot which one. I think it was Giacometti. They're all safely through. Well, they sorted it out. But it looked pretty fraught at the back of the field there with all the Cosworth cars fighting for position.
Torbay leads, Arnoux second, De Cesare third, Piquet third, fourth, and Alain Prost in fifth position. So they are in grid order as they come down to the third chicane, the Prix curve at Spy, the second of the two chicanes on the long leg. And there is Prost coming up to try and take De Cesare, who will have nothing of it. And now they are through that second chicane. Now there's the drag down, the very fast 165 miles an hour drag in fourth and then fifth gear, down to the Sachs curve, the right-hander, which leads into the stadium section, and it's Torbay leading, last year's winner, and the man who is in third position in the World Championship, ahead of the pace of man who is fifth in the championship, his teammate, René Arnoux. They go round the Sachs curve now, then to the Elf curve, and it's Nelson Piquet is coming up well in third position. In fourth position is De Cesare.
Yes, interesting tyre situation this race. I expect Nelson Piquet to go very well. He's running on Michelin tyres, and it would seem that in race trim, the Michelin team have a better tyre than the Goodyear runners.
Roberto Guerrero off the unfortunate Colombian who has such appalling luck in his Theodore on lap 2, out of the race already. Poor Roberto, he's hardly finished a race this year. Lap 2 and Arnoux leads. He is ahead of Patrick Torbay and banging wheels. A furious Eddie Cheever forces his way past De Cesare. And so now they're coming down to the stadium section for to complete their second lap. Arnoux, Torbay, Piquet, and then Prost.
Yes, I didn't like that little push there by Eddie Cheever into De Cesare. He's obviously very angry with the way that De Cesare chopped him out of the chicane around the back of the circuit, but that wasn't a good thing. If you bang wheels in these cars, anything can happen, and he was risking his own safety as much as De Cesare did when he was already through, so that was a bit of temper being displayed by Eddie Cheever, which is not a clever thing to do.
1.5 seconds or just less between Nelson Piquet's third position that we're looking at, with another not 40 Runden to go, another 40 laps. There's Alain Prost, and although there's not much in it, Alain Prost is certainly gaining on the third place man Nelson Piquet. And yes, there across the circuit, I can see him, you can't. Michele Alboreto has spun off, coming out of the Sachs curve, and that is on lap 6, and now on lap 6 it is. René Arnoux leading Ferrari. There is Michele Alboreto out of the race in his Benetton Tyrrell. Second place Torbay, third Piquet, fourth Prost, fifth Cheever. That's Nigel Mansell running in. Nigel Mansell, who started in the 93T JPS Renault, running down the long straight. He's tremendously fit, but quite what Nigel hopes to achieve by running in, I can't imagine. There is no point because his car is out of the race. Nothing can be done about it. There's Arnoux. Torbay second, Piquet is in third place, and already then Guerrero, Alboreto, Mansell, and that fourth man that we have still not identified are out of the German Grand Prix. 26 started, 24 are left in the running. The last of them at the present moment is Danny Sullivan in the second of the Benetton Tyrrells, and there are the first 3 in the stadium section, and René Arnoux is just coming through to complete his 6th lap out of 45. This Frenchman who drove for the Renault team until this year, won in Canada this year. There's Piquet in third position. That is Prost, who is in fourth place. And I'll give you the gap between René Arnoux, who is the race leader, and Alain Prost, who is in fourth position, and it is 5.85 seconds. There is Prost. Cheever there is in fifth position. There are De Cesare and Patrese, 6th and 7th.
Kelly Odiasis in in the pit, sitting there. The car's undressed, looks pretty terminal. They may try and get him out again, but he won't be in contention.
And there are the two Renaults of fourth place man Alain Prost, his teammate fifth place man Eddie Cheever in the red helmet, and they are respectively in fourth and fifth places on lap 10, which is getting on for 1/4 distance. And we're expecting the refueling stops. That was Piquet, and there's Patrese, who has now got ahead of De Cesaris. We didn't see it happen, but you can see that it has happened. So the race order now on lap 10 is Arnoux leading, Tombay second, Piquet third, Prost that you're looking at fourth, Cheever, there he is in fifth position, Patrese in sixth place. This is Arnoux, the race leader, and then De Cesaris seventh, Warwick eighth, Baldi ninth, and Stefan Johansson in the Honda in 10th position.
Just to lob a bit of a joker into the equation, the weather looks as if it could rain. It rained here yesterday, and I would say it's probably less than a 50% chance, but there is a chance. And the temperature seems to be dropping a bit now, which of course will help the turbines. Interesting thing this morning in the pre-race warm-up, the three main...
Tombay out of the race. Is he out of the race, or is he... Well, he's out of the race as far as winning it is concerned, and that is another of the turbos gone. So that's three of them out, the two Renault-powered Lotuses, and now the Ferrari of previous race second-place man, Patrick Tombay. Well, there is John Watson anyway, with Rosberg still holding back Lafitte, or is he? Yes, I think he is. Look at the way Lafitte is climbing all over him. And as we watch this battle for 11th position between the two Tag Williams cars on lap 16, the race order is René Arnoux leading, 10 seconds ahead of Nelson Piquet. In third position it is Prost, in fourth position Cheever, fifth is Patrese, and sixth is Cesaris. Seventh is Derek Warwick in the Tolman, eighth is Baldi, ninth is Niki Lauda, and the battle for 11th behind the 10th place man John Watson. There is Watson, 10th, and here are the 11th and 12th, Kenny Rosberg and Jacques Lafitte, who are followed in the background by Jean-Pierre Jarier in the Ligier car. 14th is the second Tolman, is Bruno Giacomelli ahead of 15th, Thierry Boutsen. Then it's Mark Sura, Danny Sullivan, Johnny Chicotto, and those are the ones that are on the same lap, because Raul Marcel and Piercarlo Ginzani, who are 19th and 20th on lap 17, have already been lapped by René Arnoux. And into the pits comes Alain Prost to refuel as René Arnoux goes into the chicane. The third place man Alain Prost is in the pits, has changed his tyres and wheels, and is now about to leave. And as you see, his time was 13.02 seconds. And the race order is René Arnoux leading, Nelson Piquet, there is the leader, and he really is due for a pit stop. He was due to come in on lap 23, and this is the end of lap 23, so all eyes here on Arnoux to see whether he peels off the circuit when he comes out of the right-handed Opel curve, which he is entering now, to enter the pit lane and make a pit stop, and he's doing so into the pit at the end of lap 23, and his memory was right. He is stopping at the end of the 23rd lap. Now, how is race leader René Arnoux' pit stop time going to compare with that of Alain Prost, the fastest so far, 13.02. The Ferrari mechanics have drilled themselves beautifully. They were practicing this morning. The petrol hose at the top, the overflow hose at the right, four wheels changed, and out he goes. 13.08 seconds for René Arnoux. That's 0.06 of a second slower than Alain Prost, and it will therefore mean that relatively, when the pit stops have settled down, I'm sure René Arnoux will still be in the lead. In fact, he's almost certainly still in the lead now, because watch for Nelson Piquet. He was 15 seconds behind Arnoux. There is Cheever, and there is Arnoux. So And behind Arnoux is Keke Rosberg, of course, has been in for his pit stop. This is where things start to look very confusing, but Cheever is leading at the moment from Arnoux. Here is Nelson Piquet, who is still in second position in this part of the race where everything is in a state of flux, with the leaders coming into the pits to refuel. Into the pits is coming Eddie Cheever, and there he is. Stop! The Renault, in goes the fuel hose, the reef, the overflow hose, the pneumatic hammers banging away in front of the nose cone. You can see the board being held up so that Cheever doesn't get over enthusiastic and go out too soon. And he went out in, what was it, 13.56 seconds. Eddie Cheever then, so both the Renaults of Alain Prost, the World Championship leader, and Cheever have stopped. And you are looking at the race leader on lap 25, Nelson Piquet, the Brazilian ex-world champion, who is in second place in the World Championship, but has yet to make his pit stop. Whereas the man who is second at the present moment, Eddie Cheever, has pit stopped, and in third position, René Arnoux has pit stopped. In fourth place, Andrea de Cesaris has not pit stopped. In fifth position, Riccardo Patrese, and then Alain Prost. But those positions can change in the twinkling of an eye as one of the Euro Racing Alfa Romeo cars is pushed in. And it looks like that of Elio De Angel. Mauro Baldi's car, and Baldi was in 8th position. Well, let's first of all put you in the position as far as pit stop. Alain Prost has been in, Keke Rosberg has been in, Arnoux, that's in this bunch that we're looking at now, has been in. There is De Cesaris' car. He's in third position when he came in. Andrea De Cesaris stopping the pits, and away go the cars. Also, Eddie Cheever's been in, John Watson, Keke Rosberg and Jacques Lafitte out. They're all doing pit stops in about 13.5 seconds. Andrea De Cesaris accelerates out of the race, and on lap 27, coming up to this critical lap 28 for Nelson Piquet, who is in the lead. In second place behind him is René Arnoux now. In third position, it is Riccardo Patrese. In fourth place was Andrea De Cesaris before he came in for his pit stop, which means to say that back again to fourth position goes Eddie Cheever, and there is the race leader, Nelson Piquet, ahead of John Watson, who has just come out very recently from his pit stop.
Just coming up to his pit, you can't see him, but we can stop now. There he is. The Brabham, the practice of Tracy, who's come out of third place to make his stop, but he's well down about. Oh, that was a quick one. That was a very quick one, under 10 seconds. And if Brabham can turn Piquet around that fast, then at least he'll look like consolidating second place anyway, and it will give him a chance if he can get some good rubber on the car to have to get out within striking distance of René Arnoux.
There is the race leader, Nelson Piquet, who this year is in second place in the World Championship, having won in Brazil, having had 3 second places, and that is Raul Boesel, and I'm sure he's just exhausted. I don't know if there's anything wrong with the car. The Brabham mechanics are already, I'm looking across, and into the pit road goes race leader Nelson Piquet. Now, where is René Arnoux? He's coming out round the curve as Nelson Piquet comes into the pit, and soon Nelson Piquet, you'll watch the car, watch for the red car in the background while you just miss it. And now René Arnoux has passed Nelson Piquet, who, as you see, is on target for a very quick pit stop. Well, it's 11.12 according to the digital clock there. Nelson Piquet and René Arnoux was about 10 seconds ahead of Nelson Piquet as the Brazilian blasted out of the pit. Now, the race is back into shape after the pit stop, with
Arnoux leading, having stopped, with Piquet second, having stopped, with Chiva third, having stopped, with fourth position Alain Prost, having stopped. And it looks like being a grandstand finish at the German Grand Prix. Arnoux leading the race in the Ferrari. Has already won once this year in Canada. Over the line goes the Frenchman in the Ferrari, and it sounds crisp, clean and powerful to me. Behind him, there, the Brazilian Nelson Piquet, 8.6 seconds. 8 now, this is really something. Something is happening between Arnoux and Piquet in first and second places to close the gap, which has come down by almost 2 seconds in 1 lap, and Nelson Piquet could be on his way to another victory.
Eddie Cheever appears to be missing.
My goodness, the Renaults are failing. Prost, as you saw, was going very much slower. Cheever seems to be in some sort of trouble. Well, this is the end of, or will be, the end of lap 40. And as I say, Alain Prost, 6th position, and leading the World Championship, seems to be in trouble. And as James said, it looks as though, after all, René Arnoux has got the race under control, and actually Nelson Piquet is now going definitely slower. I think he's missed a gear. 6.3 seconds is the gap.
Yeah, well, yes, it's hard to tell from here, of course, and I think Arnoux just playing with him. He's, I think, because Arnoux was visibly trying on that lap, and I think he just stuck in a quick one to demoralise Nelson and just show him who's boss. But it seems rather an inconsistent way to have done it. Sort of bounced up and down between quick and slow laps.
René Arnoux then completed another lap, and he's on his 43rd. The gap is increasing. It's 7.2 seconds. There is Nelson Piquet, who is in second position, and he is, what, 42 seconds ahead of De Cesaris, who is, I can't say, what, 20 seconds ahead of Patrese, who is in fourth position, who is 12 seconds ahead of Prost, who is fifth but dropping back, and Niki Lauda, who is in sixth position, has been lapped. There's Piquet, second, and you can see how hard he's trying, and his car is well and truly on fire now. The turbo has gone in Nelson Piquet's car on lap 43. He's going to lose the 6 points, and he's going to have to stop very quickly and get out of that car fast. So there is Nelson Piquet parking his Brabham. He's spotted the trouble. He'll be out of this car like a jackrabbit, because it's going up in the most gigantic ball of flame soon. And Nelson Piquet sprints away, looking at his backside to make sure he's not on fire, because he can obviously feel the heat. Out comes the Corse fire car, and Nelson Piquet has gone out of the German Grand Prix for the second year in very dramatic circumstances, because last year he had his punch-up with Salazar.
Yes, well, that's terribly bad luck for Nelson. Now, I noticed that marshal who was on the side of the track couldn't get his fire extinguisher working for quite some time, which is all right in that situation, but wouldn't have been so clever if there had been a driver in it. And that is a disgrace.
And now the gods are really smiling on Alain Prost, because the only man that was really close to him and left in the race in the World Championship, Nelson Piquet, has gone out under the most dramatic of circumstances. René Arnoux enters the stadium in front of that massive German crowd for the 45th time, on his way almost home to winning his second Grand Prix of the year, to give himself 9 championship points. Now, out of the last right-hander, the checkered flag is readied indeed. Arnoux approaches it, the Ferrari mechanics pour out onto the road, and René Arnoux takes the checkered flag to win for the second time this year. And there is the young, explosive, volatile, unpredictable Italian, Andrea De Cesaris, in second place in the Euro Racing turbocharged V8 Alfa Romeo, and that will get the tails of the Alfa Romeo concern and mechanics up, because now De Cesaris can push out the clutch and coast home. Indeed, it looks as though that's just what he's doing. He's going incredibly slowly. And Andrea De Cesaris is only just finishing this race. His engine sounding incredibly rough. You can see how slow he's going. And that means to say that Riccardo Patrese has just missed second place, but there he is, coming home in third position. Another Italian, so it's a Frenchman, René Arnoux, that's won, an Italian De Cesaris second, another Italian, there he is, Riccardo Patrese, whose future at Brabham is in doubt. But anyway, Patrese finishes in third position.
Nelson, first of all, if it's printable, your feelings?
Well, I feel a little bit bad, but that's motor racing. I'm used to. I'm already doing motor race for 10 years. I know these things can happen.
You are astonishingly tolerant and good-humoured, and congratulations on that. Now tell me, were you trying for first, or were you content with second place?
No, I was driving the best I could, because maybe, you know, motor racing, you can misfire in the last lap, and I would like to get as close possible to Arnoux. And if something wrong with his car, I could overtake him. We will never know. But the wrong thing came in my car. I have a slight fuel leak in the fuel system and in the filter, and I got fire, and I have to stop very quickly.
I said it was the turbo had gone. That was not true.
No. It was a very, very small leak in the fuel that went off, of course, over the engine, the spark plug, and maybe got a big quantity there, and there's a little bit electricity, and the flames came very, very strong very quickly.
You got out of the car very quickly and you rubbed your backside. Were you feeling the heat?
Yeah, usually I have two kind of overall, a very heavy one for the hot days, and a very thin one for the hot, heavy one for the cold days. And today was with the heavy one. I was very lucky because I feel very, very hot in my back.
Well, in spite of losing that second place, it's your good fortune that Alain Prost was in trouble too. You are now 9 points behind in the World Championship with 5 races to go. Feelings?
Well, on the top of that, to have Arnoux now also together with us. I think, well, that's a motor race, that's a championship. We have to do the best we can, and the team do the best we can, and who knows, maybe I'll win the next 5 races.
Well, it's nice to see you with a smile on your face. Well done, Nelson, and thank you.
Thank you very much.
So now the championship positions. Well, Alain Prost has increased his lead in the Drivers' Championship with 42 points, and he's now 9 ahead of Nelson Piquet in second position, notwithstanding his retirement. Patrick Tambay is still in third position, but up into fourth place has gone Frenchman René Arnoux. In fifth place, Keke Rosberg. In sixth position, it's still John Watson, but with an enormous gap. The Constructors' Championship, however, changes because up into the lead go Ferrari, 3 points ahead of Renault, who have 56 points. In third position, it is Brabham, 2 points ahead of Williams. In fifth position, the McLaren team on 30 points. And in sixth position, a long way behind, but there, the Tyrrell team. And now, in just 1 week's time, we go to Austria for the Austrian Grand Prix at the Österreich-Ring, a fast, tremendously demanding circuit, and we will be there with Grand Prix.